Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Paladins of Voltron, an unofficial podcast about the Netflix original series, Voltron Legendary Defender. I'm Jeremy, and with me is my friend Jason. How are you doing, Jason?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Once again, we're pleading for people. If you'd like to leave feedback, please leave us a comment on any of our episodes on our website, or you can email us, feedback@podvocacy.com, or talk to us on Twitter, POV_podcast. Also Instagram, the same username, or on Facebook, we're POV Podcast with no underscore.
Thanks for the unintentional Povcacy plug in there.
Did I say Povcacy?
Somewhere, yeah. I'm fine with that.
We'll fix that in post.
No, the plug stays in.
That's what you get when you put something like podcast in your name.
Well, yeah, exactly. I only called Lance Keith 8 times last episode, so
yeah,
I'm not innocent.
All right. Well, this week we are going to be talking about Season 2, Episode 10 of Voltron Legendary Defender, Escape from Beta Traz. And this was directed by Eugene Lee and written by Josh Hamilton. While Hunk and Keith are off playing with the Weblum, Shiro, Pidge, and Lance are following up on some information that they got from the Blade of Marmora about a genius engineer that the Galra have in a prison. The team executes a coordinated infiltration mission by having the Blue Lion eject Shiro and Pidge into space, where they deactivate sensor drones, break into the facility, and then open up a hangar door so Lance can get the Blue Lion in. Once everyone's inside, Pidge discovers that there are actually 2 prison cells instead of the one that they were told would be there. Pidge heads to the command center to direct the team and manage the security systems, while Lance and Shiro each head to one of the 2 cells. Pidge has access to everything except for the 3rd level of the facility, which is where the 2 prisoners are being held. So, as they make their way, Lance sees the warden, and Pidge has Lance take a picture so Pidge can turn that into a 3D hologram that their wrist devices can use to fool the facial recognition on the cell doors. Once they actually get to the cells, they each open the cells, and they both think that they've found the right inmate. But neither one actually knows what Slav looks like, who is the scientist that they're looking for. Things get complicated as the warden enters the command center and Pidge has to go silent and hide. Lance escorts his agreeable Slav out, as the prisoner just says yup to everything he asks. Shiroslav ends up being the real one, but his escape is complicated because this one won't stop predicting the statistical improbabilities of his death, from everything from the presence of Shiro being there to how his bed is made. Once the warden leaves the command center, Pidge is able to disable the remaining security systems, and while doing this, she finds footage of her brother Matt's escape. She can't focus on that, though, because the team has set off alarms and is being attacked by the warden and Galra troops. Shiro has Pidge turn off the gravity so he and Slav can get over some cracks in the floor, so no mothers in alternate quantum universes can have broken backs, while the gravity is shut off. Shiro and Slav join up with Lance, and what the real Slav reveals is the warden's personal pet, Laika. Finally, in the hangar, the team discovers Galra troops blocking the Lion, and the warden shows up, and he hulks up thanks to some liquid that's injected into his neck. He's decimating the team, and things look grim until Slav gets to a control board and opens the hangar. As everyone begins to be ejected into space, the warden grabs his Laika, or Yupper as he calls it, and then grabs Slav as he tries to make his escape. The doors are closing, but Lance proves that he's the team sharpshooter, as he was boasting at the beginning of the episode, as he takes a breath and shoots the warden's arm, releasing Slav, who is launched into the team's arms in space. And that's the end of the episode. They had a successful mission. I thought this was a pretty enjoyable episode, particularly how well the beginning was executed. The whole process of them deactivating the drones and getting into the base, that just, I don't know if we've ever seen them work like such a well-oiled machine. What did you think about that part, Jason?
Yeah, that's actually a good point. Like, this season is all about how, as a team, they've really come together. And, they didn't really go out of their way to show, another training montage or anything like that. But what they do is, and you're exactly right, they're working together. It's well-oiled as a team. And it's to the point now where even though Lance is a little, sure of himself and stuff, he's still doing what needs done,
Right. He's while he has downtime and they're doing their part, that's where he's boasting. But when it comes time to, okay, security system's down, he's, right in there.
Right. And eventually, once we see Voltron formed again in this season, there's no confusion about what the team's doing. They're all working as a unit. Everything's, really good and set there. And, it's just something that seems natural. They've been together this long. They fought how many road beasts now? Now it's not a matter of how do we make Voltron work. It's how do we work together to, defeat the road beast or whatever.
How do we best use these new abilities that have been showing up in the Lions?
Right. And like the moment where Pidge's brother is found, and she just kind of freezes, and I'm pretty sure that's what I would do too if my long lost, brother, and still know about her father yet, but, Pidge just can take care of all this, the drones and the, and reversing the foam and stuff, and I like when she reverses the phone, how her little face comes up and laughs at the screen.
Oh yeah, like the little virus type face. Yeah.
Just like on Independence Day when Jeff Goldblum uploads.
That's exactly. And there's another Independence Day moment later in the series, just similar to that.
Oh, geez.
The whole virus in the system.
Oh yeah. Of course, right.
Yeah. So I think they use that joke a couple times, but I love that, and I liked how Pidge, when, like you said, she froze when she saw her brother, but then, her teammates were in trouble. She immediately got back to that. Probably just the fact that she knew her brother had escaped probably gave her, some confidence. Like she knows that she has to survive because she has to find them.
Oh yeah, sure. It's a whole different level at that point. Like, the doubt's gone, at least as far as her brother goes. And of course we get Shiro and Slav. We actually see Shiro lose it for the first time ever, which I can't blame him.
That part of the episode was like, all the stuff with Slav in the beginning parts were very frustrating for me to watch, because I'm just like, I was feeling what Shiro was feeling. I'm like, just go.
Right. Yeah, and the smoothing out the sheets in the bed because one of the realities could, and the whole breaking mothers' backs, and Shiro's just like, that fairy tale, which I don't necessarily think it's a fairy tale, but when I'm trying to escape a Galra maximum security prison meant for one person, I'm probably not too concerned about using the right verbiage.
Right.
It's like, and Slav's just like, no, and all the realities, like somewhere a mother's back will break because of walking over this.
Right.
And Shiro just kind of he does the anime wide white eyes and just starts going off on Slav, which is great.
Yeah, but then the fact that they realize, just let's turn off the gravity, then we don't have to worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
It also helps out with the fact that they can maneuver better in zero gravity than the Galra drones,
right? Because
they have the jetpacks.
Mm-hmm. And then when Pidge actually turns the gravity back on and the drones just fall, and she's able to take them out then.
Pidge showed some pretty good fighting skills.
Oh yeah, Pidge is great. Don't mess with her. She will mess you up. So, and I'm going to cop to this, even though it came out just before we started recording. I didn't make the connection that they called the Yepper a Yepper because all she ever says is "Yelp." I didn't make that connection until I went before we started recording. I was like, I told Jeremy I was jealous he was doing this recap because I wanted to just go "Yup." And then I think you said, "Yeah, I gotta love the Yupper," and I went, "Oh, that's why they call it a Yupper." Oh,
light bulb.
Oh, it was like literally. There's lights behind me, And there was one above my head at that point. It was great. So I will cop to my own stupidity when it happens.
Yep.
Perfect. And we get another, crazy member of the Galra Empire who can do another crazy thing with their body, I guess in this case. He's got, the big robotic arms that he uses normally.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he kind of, I guess you'd call it venom, like the Venom from like Bane with Batman.
Yeah.
Injects it and all of a sudden he hulks up. That was great.
Yeah, I'm sure that's going to come back in the next season.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't die.
Nope.
And he obviously has unfinished business.
Sure, but to be honest with you, he's actually happy because his yupper's still there. So he's not that upset.
Well, yeah. So he's not as mad as he could be, but I can see when the Galra, starts to come after the Voltron team next season.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to round up everyone that had any interaction with them. And I could see him being turned into a Robeast.
Yeah, I mean, there is a certain amount of punishment that's probably to be expected when you let one of the...
Right.
Because they were using Slav to actually build weaponry as well. That's probably how the dude got his arms. So
yeah, I'm sure. But on the other hand, he does have that memory stick that he, when he was torturing Slav, he did get some information, so he might be able to use that as leverage.
Oh yeah, that's true. Exactly. Yeah, we get that great moment with Lance at the end where he...
Yeah.
And it was great too, because from the limited amount of like shooting and hunting I've done in my life, I remember my grandfather when I was younger specifically telling me, before you take a shot, exhale. That way your oxygen's low, but it's not depleted, so your body is at its most relaxed, or whatever the reasoning is for it. And then you take the shot, and he did it.
Right.
He might get a nice little nickname for himself because of that fact later on, but so. Well,
and then also, at the end, like Shiro's like, that's when we brought our sharpshooter.
Yep.
And just kind of validates Lance's boasting at the beginning of the episode.
Oh God, yeah. And it's also a nice dichotomy between the end of the last episode and this episode, where Shiro's told Keith, if something happens to me, foreshadowing, hint hint hint, they keep doing it, I want you to take control of the team, lead the Black Lion. So Keith is giving Hunk his due for what he did. At the end of this one, Shiro's being Shiro. Shiro's good job, we brought our sharpshooter. So it's man, I don't know. It's
just showing what a good leader Shiro is.
Yeah, but it's also like, we're totally killing Shiro soon. We're going to kill him. So, hey, hope you guys like Keith, because Shiro's going to die soon. Ay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so a lot of great moments this episode. And this one is focused purely on the threesome of Pidge, Lance, and Shiro. So there's no other outside character building.
Yeah, there was no going to the castle or anything.
Right. So this is very much like one of the first episodes, the beginning of the season, which is just purely a story, a contained story for 3 characters. So,
well, do you have anything else you want to bring up?
I liked that it was called Beta Traz. I thought that was cool. Nice name for the kind of playing off of Alcatraz.
I didn't even get that until just now. So there you go.
There, I don't feel so bad. The naming functions this season have been interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of them almost like, okay, the next episode, which we'll cover next week, is called Staying Alive. Like it literally is playing off the Bee Gees song. Then after that, Best Laid Plans, Blackout, like they're almost like taking like cultural either touchstones or sayings and stuff and using them for episodes. Now obviously Shiro's escape isn't from anything, but
yeah. Space Mall. What are you going to name it?
Right. They could have named it 4 people dress up as pirates and go to a facility that sells things. Or Hunk becomes Gordon Ramsay. There's your episode title. So yeah, I like the whole Beta Traz thing. They're not afraid to be like, what should we call it? Well, there's Alcatraz. How about Beta Traz? Sold. Let's do it.
Yeah.
So, yep, that's all I got. It was a good episode, and We still have another piece of the puzzle here coming together as people are, we've got the Skulltrite. We now have Slav, so we can build the gravity device to hide the teledove.
Yeah, he builds the gravity well or whatever they call it.
Right. And, Slav is just annoying enough where you're like, okay, you're annoying me, but he's not overwhelmingly so that it hurts the episode.
He was a little overwhelming here, but I think they tone him down.
Actually, yeah. I won't argue that at all. I think you're right. So, yeah, so that's all I got.
All right, cool. Thanks everyone for watching. Like we said earlier, please send us email, feedback@povpodcast.com. Contact us on Twitter or Instagram, POV_podcast, or get us on Facebook at POV Podcast, or just leave us a comment on our website. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to hear what you think of the season. And, if we get enough feedback for a feedback episode, maybe we'll have that at the, end after the season ends.
Absolutely. We do that.
So,
make us do more work.
Yeah. All right. So thanks everyone for watching, and we will see you next week.
Bye, everyone.